I'm gonna split this one between Pisces women's and women's. I sound four. Pisces women and men. It's funny you say little species, but I do feel like women are going to want childbirth. I feel like the
Interesting.
Pisces women might want to either decide they want children, have a child, or or realize they do want a child, or get pregnant. So I feel a lot of that with the Pisces women.
Interesting.
With men, I feel again similar to, I think I forgot what sign I read that I said this, kind of maybe wanting to settle down and sow the oats a little bit more. I do feel a hesitation with this though. Still kind of career driven in a sense, but then still trying to find the balance of that. So I feel like there's going to be an openness with them, that they're going to want to kind of come in and I would say be more lucid. I would say in their relationships and not having any type of parameters, no expectations. Let me just figure it out. Let me just try it. I'm just going to try
Mhm.
this for a little bit. That's with the men. With the women, again, really wanting to have any type of a new childbirth, giving birth to something new, even an idea. So we can think of that figuratively speaking. So there's gonna be evolution. The men seem to be going a little slower on it for me, as far as getting to relationships, but
It's
wanting to get
always the
out of
case.
themselves. Is it okay? I'm not so familiar with
That's
Pisces.
what we call a Pisces.
Okay, I'm not so familiar with Pisces. So, but
No,
I
I'm
feel like with the
teasing.
men, but I feel them in the summertime, like really like just kind of like almost like come out of nowhere, and just like they might call that, that ex up, say, "What's going on?" That booty call. It's been like 6 years. What's up? It's so cavalier. And so I feel like they were gonna want to start getting their feet wet too when it comes to being intimate, even casual relationships. Those who are in relationships, I really feel like there's going to be, I find the Pisces, getting very needy, and those are in relationships and saying, I kind of need more attention. I'm needing more. I'm not getting happy. I'm not satisfied. I need more. And so they're going to realize that the structure that around them and how they've been somewhat conditional in a sense, that they're starting to realize they've blocked themselves off in a sense. And so there's gonna be a realization in relationships to, I do want more. I do want to elevate this. And then realize they're the ones that blocked it. So
Mm.
and I do feel it across the board with the male and the female in a sense too. But I think it's a time for them collectively to really understand, the long-term effects of how they've been engaging with the relationships. And because I feel like a lot of times too, they might isolate, then be, again, I'm open, then I'm isolated again, then I'm open. So I get this back and forth wobble with them. And I feel like they're going to start realizing they're going to take more control over when they want to be in those type of paradigms. So it's a realization of that balance, and also want to understand more of the future. I don't feel like they'll plant their feet in the future, but the desire for such. And those who are trying to get pregnant in the Pisces sign for the females, I feel like that would be a time where it happens, or the desire for such.
Mm.
So
Well, I'd say the
reproduction.
astrology's yeah, the astrology's online. I mean, Black Moon Lilith and Virgo for them, they are facing fears around relationships right now. So those who are in relationships, I think are working out their demons through their relationships and their shadow right now in a
Right.
big way. Um, I think Saturn in their sign means they're sort of growing up and they're ending a lot of their own karma. With Pluto in their 12th house. So I do think Pisces always came here to clear up a lot of garbage, a lot of spiritual baggage. But with Pluto in the 12th, like the one they were always meant to be with, is probably around the corner, or not too far away.
Sure.
The Pisces women, I see it. Jupiter and Gemini is the house of home and family. So
Mhm.
Pisces are wanting a new fishbowl.
Yeah.
So that is either your own little guppies or your grand guppies, or or settling
Yeah.
down or moving in or shacking
Right.
up. So I do think they are home building 100%. That's 100%, I think, ideal. Also repairing their relationship to their own parents, because a lot of Pisces, left home early and, were kind of rebels or
Right.
whatnot. It's funny what you say about Pisces, man. I find that they're always sort of beating around the bush. I think
Mhm.
if you find yourself, two ships passing in the night, one of them is usually a Pisces. So I think that's sort of common, you know what I mean? Like, but I feel, I feel like all Pisces are finding their real role. Like it's time for them. This is the end of the age of Pisces.
Right.
They are like the walking microcosm of that whole experiment of Earth. And so there's this final presentation with Pluto having gone through their 11th house. This is final presentation of like, they're going to come out and be something now.
Right.
And I think part of that will be in spiritually, probably, not what sort of yeah, unconventional relationships too. They're really good at unconventional relationships. They can
Yeah.
marry the person that other people can't marry and
Well,
whatnot.
but that's because they're good at the disappearing act. They're good at like coming and coming out too and disappearing. They're really good at that too, I would say. So, those conditional relationships do benefit them too in that sense, you know?
Oh yeah. Well, and they're always half in and half out. Like I
Right.
always joke, like Pisces are always walking out the door while they're walking in the door. It's the
Right.
fish going both ways. Like
Right.
I think I wonder if they'll evolve past that. I mean, Jupiter and Cancer will be when they really fall in love,
Yeah.
which is next year. So I
That
think
makes sense.
they're kind of playing house this year, maybe.
Right.
And
Like,
the
they're getting
ones
their
who
feet
are,
wet, but not putting their feet all the way in the sand in a sense.
yeah,
Like, yeah,
they're
it's like
keeping
dad
an eye on the
daughter.
door on the exit the whole
Right.
time. Like they're not quite sure. And the ones who are in relationships, they're working out their demons right now. And then when Jupiter goes into Cancer, they're gonna fall deep, madly in love if that person stuck through them with them in the relationship when they were going through that stuff too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
yeah, so it's good times.
It's